All right. Hey guys. Um, Again, I did not plan anything for this video. Random thing. I don't know, find diamonds. Um, Actually, you know what? Let's start a chicken farm. I mean, I'm not in any rush to finish this game. Rather, I just want something sustainable. Like, wait, I don't have wait. Something like sustainable stuff for now. Um, Anyways, I had an argument with my dad. I think it was like last night. It was about college, and he was kind of putting all the how important college is in life, and I was like, um, yeah, I'm trying to do that, but I kind of don't want to rush it. And he just keeps telling me on and on about how important the college is, and eventually just snapped at him. Um, called him out on all the stupid shit he's done ever since we were back in my original country. How much like I didn't say it outright, but I really wanted to call him a failure because that's what he is. He's a failure of a man. Believe me, he wasn't. He was barely present as a father when I was a kid, and now you know he's still trying to put in some sort of knowledge in me, some sort of wisdom thing. He's some hotshot. And that just pisses me off for so many reasons because who is he to tell me what to do if he himself couldn't, you know, actually be there and provide reasonable support for me? Um, he also has a lot of debt, which also piles into the fact of why I kind of don't want to rush college because I don't want any student loans. And he said, "Oh, I can pay for that." I'm like, "No, you can't. You have so much debt still in the other country, and the only way you're paying it right now is through your job here in the States." And he doubled down, saying like, "Oh, that's my problem." Like, that's not the point. The point is you're a fucking failure and you have so much debt in your name that I just don't want to go down that route of any sort of major debt. And I kept telling him that. He kept telling me, I was like, "Oh, but if you go to college, you'll have a higher paying job." I already have a high paying job. That's not my priority right now. I'm like, I don't care if I can earn potentially $150 as a nurse. I kind of don't want to do that. It's like a college degree is, you know how like your boomer parents just say how like a college degree gets you a job. Like, not today, not in this era. Like, a college degree can become so weak right now. I mean, it's good probably in the STEM field, but even that's a competitive field. I just don't want to deal with that bullshit right now. And him trying to persuade me to go to college just infuriates me because he doesn't have the leverage to do so. He's not a person who's succeeded in life. He's 60 and he's working 16-hour jobs. And right now, he's absolutely the person that I just don't want to be. I don't want to be old and working like 16-hour shifts. Mind you, I think he finished history as a college course. It's fucking retarded because, what the hell job can you get in history? Like professor, I mean, yeah, probably that pays nice. Actually, no, professors these days probably don't even get paid that good. And if I'm passionate enough to be a professor, then sure. But I did bring that up to him. Where am I going with this? Yeah, just fights with my father, and I was kind of poor timing on my end because like I'm still living under the same roof as him. Thankfully, um, thankfully enough, he doesn't pay for the bills. It's my grandparents, so he can't really do as much unless my grandparents side with him, which is highly unlikely. But hey, who knows what might happen. No, my fucking shovel broke. Alright, where the fuck are the chickens? Chicken! There's a bee, I still have to find out a way to get that bee. Alright, let's get these chickens. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Alright, you guys. I just need two, but hey, let's. Why not three? One of them gets to be the cook. I mean, they're all cocks, but you know, one of them can be the cook. You know what I mean? Back to what? Back to what I was. Oh, an Enderman. Back to what I was saying. I know. This motherfucker is super arrogant that he can probably pay off all the student loan debt if I occurred it, but he talks as if he knows what's going to happen in the future. It's like the job market, even with a degree, is not as stable as before. The job market today is highly volatile. Can you use that word when it comes to the job market? I do not. Can you breathe? Hey. Uh. What? What? What happened? Hello? Um. They bred. What? But. uh, What? Is that physically I'm not gonna question that shit. Where was I? So yeah. Um. I'm too tired to actually do any type of story time, but whatever, I need to post something. So, yada yada yada. Him wanting me to become the college graduate, me saying no because I do not want to hold any type of debt. Him getting sort of pissy about it, but yeah, it was sort of back and forth of me trying to convince him that I will not take that student loan debt. I will not um rush my college. Eventually it came to me telling him how much shit he's dug us back in the country of my origin. So it was back in a third world country. So in context, um, he was basically racking up so much debt, and I didn't really knew much about this when I was a kid because I was a kid. You know, you don't really know much of your parents' problems when you're growing up. But now that I grew up, I think back and I'm like, God damn, they occurred so much debt. And that wasn't really in my mind back then. For example, they have my father is titled to a butt ton of land, and when he sold a piece of that property, um, we were able to get 1 million. Well, actually, no, not 1 million. I think when I calculate it, it's about 20K US dollars, I think. And damn, that's kind of low for that much land we did. So yeah, it was 20K thousand US dollars. We were able to sell that, and what he did, instead of investing that, instead of using that money for I don't know my college or something, he bought a car. My family does that. Well, it wasn't him. It was I think it was a family decision. But yeah, they went to buy a car, and kid me didn't really care. We didn't really need that car, and I told them that. Like we didn't need a car, and you guys bought it. It says like, oh no, it's for a business. You bought a luxury car. It was they bought a luxury SUV. It wasn't for the business. It was for his status because we never really had a car of our own, and that's why he kept chasing status. Got us into debt, more debt. That thing, I think, cost us trouble back when I was a kid. I think I remember them having problems about it, trying to figure out ways to pay it off, and yeah. Now I think about it, that car was an absolute fucking waste. We didn't need to buy a brand new car because we didn't have stable income back then. It wasn't really even for a fucking business. It pisses me off so much. Um, yeah, and those were just one of the examples of the mistakes that cost us a lot. And I just came onto like realizing that now, and he can't say shit about debt loans to me when he is a fucking failure when it comes to finances. And I kept spouting that at him. Every single failure he had, every single shovel he dug deeper and deeper, which got us into a shithole. I told him that the only way you ever got fucking out of there. No, he's still in debt right now. I think he's fucking $20,000 in debt still. He's still in debt. And he's only being able to pay that through his work here in the States. And I kept telling him that, and he says, "Oh, it's my problem." No, that's not the fucking point. Now, I'm sorry that I keep repeating this, but it's just so, as a kid or as a person right now who's trying to grow their finances, trying to learn about how to be an adult, seeing how your parents weren't really being a fucking adult really pisses you off, you know. So, I guess this is just a rant for me. I don't know. Yeah. Um. After the back and forth, we were able to Dad was able to say like, "Oh, fine, yeah, sure, do what you want." And I was like, "Fucking great, nice." And then he had to say, "However, just as a parent," I'm like, "Shut the fuck up, please. You do not have the authority anymore to say that to me. You're you're a piece of shit." Like I really wanted to say that he was a fucking failure, but I was calm enough to mind you, this was after like a 12-hour shift, so I was fucking deadbeat tired, and I just learned that he had type 2 diabetes, I think. And he was working 16-hour shifts. And I was fucking tired at that time, and gratefully, luckily, I didn't say he was a failure, but I was so close to calling him a fucking failure, but I was implying that. So there isn't any buts anymore. There isn't any, it's because I'm a parent who wants to see my child succeed. I'm like, no, you fucking don't. You want to use me as a way to brag to your friends. That's what it's always been. They sent me to a private school, to a university for high school, just because they can brag about it. They pay for tuitions they can't afford. They pay for a car they can't afford just to brag about it. And like, just stop, please. Just let me do what I want. If I don't want to go to college, to accept that. And I don't think I've ever heard my father said that he supports whatever I does. He just at least wants me to go to college. In defense of, as a parent, I'm like, fuck you. As a parent, why can't you just fucking love me and be satisfied with this choice I'm about to make? Which, okay, if my choice was to I don't know, go to the military because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Maybe you have a say. Maybe that concern is genuine. But right now, I am afloat. I am in a good position. I know what I want to do. So why can't you just support me in that? And just don't get it from him, you know? I get it from my mom, which is nice. And when I think about it, my mom was the one holding my family together, even though she has a really a short temper. Actually, both my parents have short tempers. Even though she really has a short temper, um, she was able to make some good decisions that was able to keep our family afloat. Um, yeah. She also had cancer, which I guess that's another video. But I'm just talking about I'm just talking about my frustration on my dad right now, which I should find a way to like make this conversation smooth more. Oh, I'm just running around too. Like So yeah, um, it was another back and forth of me telling him to shut up when it comes to that because I'm old enough now to make my own decision, and he doesn't pay for the house or the roof I'm living under. So I kept telling him, don't say shit about my life anymore. And I really, really don't want him to be part of my life anymore. I really want to move out of this house that I'm under. But I know that me not paying rent is a really sharp weapon for me as a young adult. So I am going to keep living with him, although in spite, I know that in the future this will help me a lot as saving as much money as I can is one of the best strategy as someone in my age, so I'm gonna keep doing that. But back to my argument with him is like I think I was just tired. I think I just gave up on him. I was like, yeah, you and me can never have a proper conversation. And I just walked away. I went to bed and went to sleep because I don't care about him anymore. Not in the slightest. Um, in therapy, there's a really popular question of what do you think you will feel or what will you think will you do if you lose that person tomorrow? Um, honestly, I'd feel relieved. I would feel relieved if I didn't have to think about him anymore because he is, in the realistic way to say it, an absolute liability. And as much as I want to talk more about my father, I don't think I have the time of day right now. I have somewhere to go. But I do want to talk about more of that this and future episodes. And maybe I could tell this in more clarity because right now I am but tired doing 12-hour shifts 6 days a week, as well as trying to keep up with my college. So yeah, that's it for me. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.